guys, it's Claire from Clairified Creations, and today I'm joined with my mom. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram for updates and subscribe if you want to see my mom in more videos. Let us know in the comments.
Hi guys, the recipe today is from Savor Easy that I got it from YouTube, and I made it before and it's really good. Everybody like it, so we're gonna do it again today. It's called soft milk bread. Let's get baking.
So what are we gonna do first?
We're gonna make it 2 loaves today. Here is your station. This is my station. At first, we start with the yeast. You have 1 cup of warm milk, and then you add 1 tablespoon of sugar.
So we're gonna add 1 tablespoon of sugar to the milk?
Yes.
Okay. Pour that in there.
2 teaspoons of yeast.
Teaspoons, not tablespoons. Next, we're gonna mix up the yeast. Careful not to get it on ourselves. Okay. So my mom is gonna take control because she doesn't think I'm doing a very good job.
No, it's good, but I think you were done.
Really? Okay.
Let it sit and waiting for the yeast to bloom.
So what exactly does it mean when you say the yeast needs to bloom?
It means the yeast need to activate. Because we didn't use instant yeast, that's why I use active dry yeast. So you have to let it sit and wait until the yeast is active. It means the yeast is bubbling and you can see the bubble. I'm gonna make 1 loaf with the lid cover and 1 without, so you see the difference. Then I just do the same thing as her.
We're gonna let the yeast sit for 10 minutes, right?
Yes.
And then we're gonna wait to see when it's active, and then we will come back and see the progress.
Yes.
Later, and we're back, and the yeast has finally bloomed. Let me show you guys up close. I think I got an up close shot, so I will insert that now, but it smells like yeast.
We have 3 cups of bread flour in here, 1/4 cup of sugar. Next, you have to add 1 teaspoon of salt in there.
I'm your sous chef.
No, you make your own bread and I make mine.
So I'm the chef.
We'll see about that. When your bread turn out. But this recipe is really good, so I don't think she's gonna have any problem.
Oh, well that means a lot, Mom.
And I'm a good teacher. And then I add 1 teaspoon of salt in mine.
And I like that this recipe is relatively easy, so you don't have to be, you know, a chef from culinary school to bake this bread. She didn't go to culinary school, and we have had very delicious bread in the past, so I have high hopes for this one too. Whisk all the dry ingredients, is that right? Just so they're evenly combined.
Eggs and butter, melted butter. This one is a 1/3 cup of melted butter.
These are chicken eggs, and they are the large size, in case you were wondering. Okay, we're gonna crack this egg in here. Get cracking. And we already pre-melted the butter in the microwave, so we're just gonna pour this in here. So it's just not like a giant stick of butter, it's actually melted. As you guys can see, we decided to use the electric stand mixer. You don't have to do it by hand.
Okay, this is her bread. Now we're gonna do the test before we let it rest. You take some of the bread dough out and then you spread it like this. If it not tear off, so it's good. You're gonna make a ball like that, and we're gonna let it rest in the bowl that we already sprayed, and let it rest for the first proof.
Since the dough has passed the test, it didn't tear, she rolled it up into a ball, kneaded it gently, then we just covered it up with some plastic wrap. Let's show the camera. And also, did you spray the bowls too?
Yeah.
So how long are we gonna let this dough rest?
Okay, at least 1 hour, or if it double to the size, let me put it in the oven.
Hey, now why are you putting the dough in the oven?
Because the oven is the warmer place, then you leave it on the countertop.
It's an enclosed space, right?
Yeah, I have the oven light on, so to make it a little more heat inside the oven, but the oven is not on. Okay, let's look at this one. Let's check the dough and see if it's done. Here you go. It is. See you in an hour.
A little over an hour later, the dough has doubled in size. You can see it's definitely risen quite a bit since last time. And now what are we gonna do?
We're gonna release the air out of the dough. Take the plastic off, and then here, your favorite part.
Okay, so we're gonna punch the dough. I am so excited for this. This looks very satisfying, so I'm gonna get an up-close shot. I think we have just done my favorite part, which was punching the dough. It was very relaxing, super fun. Highly recommend getting some dough and just punching it. It is the best thing ever.
Okay, next we're gonna form it and put it in the pan.
So it doesn't stick, right?
Yeah.
Because you don't want it to stick to the countertops.
Yeah, but you don't need that much. Try to flat it up.
Wow.
See, it's so easy to work with.
And it feels so soft.
It's really soft. We're gonna do the roller. Try to roll it in the rectangle.
I feel like a real bread maker. Do you feel like a real bread maker?
I am a real bread maker.
So am I.
I make bread all the time.
Is this just regular white flour or is this bread flour?
I use bread flour because I use bread flour on the dough.
Does it make a difference? Like, can you use all-purpose flour or that's a lot?
It doesn't make any difference. Use some on your rolling pin.
Oh, okay. So we have 2 rolling pins and we're gonna roll out the dough. We're just coating it with the bread flour so it doesn't stick to the roller or the countertops. We'll have a nice smooth surface. And now we're just gonna start the rolling.
At the end, you try to pinch it. Okay, and then on the side.
Pinch the sides together.
So it won't come out in layer.
Once again, my mom took over and helped me with the sealing process. So now that it is sealed, we're gonna put the seam side down, is that correct?
Yeah.
And the seam side is just the bottom of it. And we're gonna place this giant ball of dough in this USA bread pan. Ta-da! Look at how cute these 2 little balls of dough look.
These need to rest another time. I say 35 or 45 minutes. You can check it later and see if it double in size. And we're gonna do it. One, we're gonna bake it with the cover on top to make it come out like a sandwich bread. And another one, we're gonna bake it without the top so you can see the difference.
Ooh. Okay.
Now we cover it up with the plastic wrap and let it rest the second time.
The bread is finished rising and here is the end result. You guys can see it is doubled in size like it was supposed to. We're gonna be brushing the bread with heavy cream. So it's basically just a light coating of heavy cream.
Yeah.
So we're gonna spread this on the bread. Once again, I am not a professional and I spilled a lot of the heavy cream on the bottom and we don't want a soggy bread bottom.
Next, we're gonna cover one pan. I'm gonna try to patch it. 350 for 30 minutes.
In 30 minutes, we should have delicious homemade bread. It smells so good. Wow. The loaf is huge.
This is the one with no lid. This is the one with the lid on. This is the optional, but I always like to do this. After the bread came out from the oven, I put the butter on top.
Yeah, butter just makes everything better, according to Paula Deen.
You want to tell them about the process of making bread?
So something that I've learned is that bread is not just you make the dough, you put it in the oven, and voila, you have a loaf of bread. It's actually a day-long process, so it's going to take some time, but it is going to be completely worth it when you have this beautiful thing sitting right in front of you, and you take that first bite. It's going to be delicious. Wow, that looks good.
I love that USA pan.
We'll link that down below in the description if you guys want to check it out. Where did you get it? Amazon?
Can you hand me the butter?
We're gonna spread some more butter on it because who doesn't love extra butter? Wow, I made that loaf just to let you guys know.
Now you want to do the butter that loaf. Next we're gonna let it sit.
For how long?
Normally the bread should cool down completely because if you cut through it right now, all the moisture gonna release out. So I let it sit at least 30 minutes until it's cooled down, and then we can cut it so you guys can see, and we're gonna taste it.
Oh, we gotta wait 30 minutes to taste it?
Yeah.
I'm hungry.
Okay.
I'm so hungry, guys.
Okay, see you later.
After about 30 minutes of waiting, we're finally ready to cut the bread. My mom is bringing in the butter.
We're gonna cut this loaf, and we're gonna save this loaf for her grandma and grandpa.
AKA my loaf and then hers. Finally, we're at my favorite part, which is being able to taste test this. Gonna get my own piece of bread here. Mom, you're not supposed to eat it yet. We're supposed to do it together.
Okay.
I'm gonna spread the butter on the bread, and then I will take my first bite. Let's cheers.
It's so good.
It's fluffy. It's warm.
It's moist. It's soft.
Soft, fluffy bread. Anyways, that is how you guys make homemade bread. If you learned something from this video from either me or my mom, or just simply had a good time watching it and me struggle, don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you guys later.
Bye.
Bye. Oh my gosh, Mom.
What?
You're just... and no. Oh. Okay, so...
Hi guys. What?
You're supposed to introduce the recipe.
Oh, okay.
Not just say, hi guys. Now, what kind of eggs are these?
This is large.
I meant chicken eggs, ostrich eggs. As you guys can see, we decided to use the
Electric.
Sense the dough. Okay.
Don't do that. I think we try. I don't know.
You don't know.
Let me open this. An hour.
She doesn't know.
Is it an hour?
I don't know.
You don't need to
It's
smell
not-
everything.
But I want to.
Yeah, you have.
What?
You need to push it to help the dough. You're so slow.
I'm trying to make it tight. So here is the end result. He just
Hun,
What?
don't Dusting is brushing, honey. Next is time.
What piece of next again?
I'm gonna say. Okay.
We do look nice. Do you want to smell it?
No.
You don't want to smell it?